So you got to make sure that all this stuff right here, like this one right here, look at this thing right here, it's like almost like engraved, like something got went on there. I scratched it now with the 220 grit. I mean, this is my first time ever, sanding something like this made out of plastic. I sanded, many of stuff in my life. You got to be careful, or else you can ruin the structure or the shape of certain things, that you might be trying to restore, So finesse and it's very important. Even though you can see those little marks there, it feels smooth on my end right here. Still feel a little bit of bumpy. It's not very smooth at the time. There you go. Now it feels smooth. And of course, this is the part that goes towards the bottom end of the car. This is going to be on the bottom end, so I'm not really worried about like how it looks down here. This is the bottom part. This is the back end of the car, so this is the important part. So this is how I'm sanding this down. I'll show you guys here after I get done with this portion right here in a little bit, and I'll show you how it's done, or the outcome of my sanding. I got a ways to go, but it could be done. All right, so now that I have sanded this down, take a look at it. And you see all that stuff there. I'm gonna pressure wash it with some soap. So, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, this is my daughter Lena. She's part of my video. She's helping me record this. And I'm gonna spray this. Let me go open up the water real fast. Did it pop the breaker? Alright, so I already sanded this down. Now we're ready to pressure wash it. This is Lena right here. She's going to be helping me record this video.
I've been wanting to record since I was like 5.
Yeah, so she's going to help me record this. So right now I'm going to get ready for paint. So Lena's going to hold this for me. I'm going to spray all this soap on it. It's working. Out. Get all the soap out. Alright. Time to switch the gun to the sniper. See how this works out. All right, now that I have pressure washed this thing, you're gonna make sure that you dry it up to the towel. Dry it up before paint. With every single piece, or every drip of water that you can see or think of. You don't want that there. Not before prep or painting. Make sure everything gets out of the way. And we're gonna give it about a half an hour so that way it could dry up. In the meantime, I'll keep drying it up. The next step will be my primer sealing, and therefore that's what we're going to be doing. All right, and of course I'm going to paint this with some filler primer from Rust-Oleum, of course, and I'm going to start off with bigger parts. I always get the corners, you know. Always get the corners. Always get the little small areas, like the little cuts like that. Always get that because that's do like long strokes. Long strokes. Long strokes. And this bumper right here, this diffuser right here, it's used. So all the scratches, you know, were still there. And there should be filling in with the, like this one right here. I might have to go over it again. Just because it's big, you know. Maybe after a few more coats, it'll look better. And we're gonna do this process 3 times. This is the first time. All right, so I finally got everything painted the best I could to my ability. I mean, this is just temporary. This is just so I could install it so it doesn't look all weird. I've been doing this for probably about 2 hours now, 3 hours. I sanded it down, cleaned it, pressure washed it. It's not the best. It's not gonna be like quality work, of course. This is just so you could, you know, do minor stuff, you know, or if you want to get an idea of what you can do. Like myself, I'm not a professional, but you know, I'm impressed with it, and I could install it and it'll be matching my vehicle. So right now I'm going to be using Factory Pack by SEM. This is a black automotive base coat with the 19423 code that is being used by GM's CAMARO. So therefore this is what I got going on right here. So I'm going to give it a few strokes, shake your paint, and then get to it. Don't be in a rush to get it done. Just take your time. All you're doing is laying the paint down. It's very important to just lay the paint down. And you want to paint your bumper about 30 minutes after, you know, you already sprayed or laid down your primer sealer. Make sure that you do a research on the type of paint that you're using, because from my understanding, certain paints don't get along And you always want to use the best, you know, paint or quality paint that you can for any of your projects, you know. I'm gonna do this about 3 times. So with that said, I'll come back with you guys and show you the outcome of my base coat. Okay, so unfortunately I had a few drips right here, one right there. You could barely probably see it on camera, and this one over here is gnarly. Look at that one, horrible. With that said, I'm not gonna be clear coating at this moment. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna come back and sand it. I try to fix it. One of my daughters came out here and touched it, so make sure there's no kids around when you're doing this. So yeah, but this is the outcome so far. I mean, this is just temporary, just so I could install it. This is not just hanging out. Not professional painter, of course. The dog is. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so finally I was able to get rid of the drips. I used the blade method that some of the other YouTubers were talking about. It kind of worked out for me. The next step is going to be applying the clear coat. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not doing this for looks. I'm just doing it so I can install it, so it can match my Camaro. That's all I'm doing it for at this point. If I want perfection, then I'll go reach or seek a professional for this project today. I am going to be using the Spray Max 2K clear coat. I have used it before in the past. It is awesome. Stay tuned. For anybody that hasn't used this clear coat before, you take this cap off, take it out of there, put it down below, and you find a hard surface, and you hear it'll pop in there. Once it pops in there, then that means you're ready to spray. And then we get to spraying. Alright, so I'm going to spray this down. We're only laying down the clear coat, so I'm going to start at the bottom. Try this side right here. Here, I'll have to see it. And with clear coat, I guess if you get a drip, you could always go back and sand it down, from my understanding. I haven't tried it myself, but I was told, so you're always welcome to experiment, which is what I'm doing with this video. I'm just experimenting. I'm going to do this process 3 times. The whole surface once, and then we'll come back and we'll do it again. The chemical on there. course, always wear your PPE, which I'm not doing, but I don't care. I like the smell of this shit. I gotta say, it gets me high. Alright, guys. Alright, so I'll show you the final product here shortly. Stay tuned and keep watching this video. Alright, so now I'm moving on to step 3 or whatever step I'm on. This time I'm removing the adhesive from the inside bumper. This is the part that sticks to the actual car's bumper. So I've been adding a little bit of this paint thinner. I've been using this stuff right here, and it seems like it's gonna probably work. So right now I'm removing that. I'm not sure if anybody saw the outcome, but this is basically like a week later. I was able to get rid of the drips that were on the other side. So I was able to get rid of them. Here's another scratch. I'm gonna have, fix that. This is where I had in this area I had a big drip, and I was able to fix that. Like I said, I have another scratch right here that I'll probably have to fix. Let's see here. Right here at this location I had another drip. I had a few drips, I was trying to make sure that I did this correctly. I have a scratch there now. Like I said, I'm doing this part right here. I'm adding some of that thinner to remove all the adhesive. And once I'm done, I'll probably sand it down a little bit. I'll show you guys the final product once I'm done. For the most part, this is like already like week. It's been about a week now where I've been working on this bumper. I just wanted it to dry, and wanted the whole process to be healed completely so it could cure, and I wanted the paint to bond with one another, so I gave it about a week. And you know what, so far I think I'm doing good for an amateur painter, so stay tuned. Now that I have removed all the adhesive out of the interior or the inside of the bumper, the next step is going to be, I might sand it down. I might give it a little sand down with my hand, just to roughen it up a little bit, so when I put a new adhesive strip, it'll bond to it. Or maybe I'll just give it a try. I think I'm gonna roughen it up a little bit with the sandpaper, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed. This stuff right here, paint thinner, did the job. It was about 10 bucks at Walmart. I used this and this little tool here, and it did the job. All right, man, so I went ahead and I bought me this Bauer heater, gun heater at Harbor Freight. I bought this one specifically for this project. I bought this 20-volt battery, but it's not really the greatest. They have a higher one, like 3 times, I think. It's called 3 times the power or something like that. Oh wait, well, anyways, the reason I bought this is so I could heat up this panel right here, so I could heat it up. So when I put the adhesive on there, you want to heat it up. It sets the adhesive so that way it grips a little better. I did end up sanding down a little bit some of the adhesive off of it, so that way it was a little bit rougher, so that way my new adhesive will hold on to it regardless of what it is. The 3M tape I picked up at AutoZone, I think it was. O'Reilly has it as well, but this is all I'm doing right now, is heating this up. They have other selections. I mean, I had a better one before, but unfortunately I don't have it anymore, so I went ahead and I bought me this cordless one, so that way if I go to the junkyard or something, I mean, it comes in handy if I want to take some emblems off or whatever. So yeah, with that said, I already did this part prior to me recording. I already did this whole area. My next step is going to be measurements. You want to do your measurements so that way whenever you pull the adhesive off the rear of the diffuser, you know exactly where you're going to be installing it at and how's it going to be how's it going to look on your rear bumper, you know. So therefore, always make the adjustments. And on this video I will also include the process that I'm taking to installing this diffuser on my rear bumper of my 2012 Camaro. Alright, so this is the final product for now. I still got a little bit of adjusting to do, like in these areas right here. It keeps popping up on me, the adhesive. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I have a few things in mind. Maybe put like duct tape on it to hold it down while it cures and sticks under perfectly. The same thing over here on this end. I'm gonna put duct tape just so it can hold it down. Then take it off obviously afterwards. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Painted it all in, took care of it. Like I said, I'm not a professional. This is my first time doing a diffuser. I tell you what, man, it was not easy taking care of it. It was a pain in the butt, doing all this work, taking off basically the whole process of removing this diffuser right over here. I had to remove the whole bumper, you know, just for you to know. There is this clips right here, all the way across the diffuser that you got to pry out. They're not easy to pry out. I mean, you got to put in some effort. You got to take those screws off all across the bottom of the diffuser. And this is the stock SS diffuser. This whole project, I enjoyed it. I think that everybody should always give it a go, make the attempt. We stuck with it. It looks good. It doesn't look professional, of course, probably, but you know what, for now it satisfies my needs to put it on, and it's on there. That's all that matters to me for now. Thanks for watching. Any suggestions or comments, I'm always welcome to listen to them. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you for watching my video.